Jeff, all right, I got to John, should I do it to Jeff? Should I show him
Yeah, show him the list. I want to hear his reaction.
All right.
Jeff. The coaching list.
Man, he already knows it. He's a Twitter sleuth and he saw this sucker. All right, Jeff.
I actually laughed out loud.
Take a look at your screen, Jeff Kerr.
What a joke.
Where does Nick Sirianni rank on this list? That would be 18 behind Jesse Minter at 15.
Who's never coached a game, by the way. By the way, these people are considered the smart people in the NFL. Andy Reid should be number one to start. So let's
agreed.
Come on. Like, I'm tired of the love for some of these coaches. Sean McVay is a good coach. If he doesn't have the talent he has, come on. What are we doing here? Like, why are we even ranking these guys?
How does Nick Sirianni end up 18th?
18 behind Jesse Minter.
I want to make it real quick. It wasn't a ranking. It was a draft. So they were drafting coaches.
Yeah, but what's the difference? You know what
I mean? How do we know if Jesse Minter's even going to be a good coach?
It's slightly different than a ranking. But, John, what is the difference?
The difference is maybe you like is Shanahan, but Rosenthal took him. And maybe you like Peyton, but Roderick took him.
Right, I guess people have preferences or styles. Yeah. That's fair. All right.
It's the same as the NFL drafts. People have different evaluations of different people.
Well, if Roderick had the first pick, she's taking Sean McVay because that's who she covered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no question there. But
I don't have a problem with McVay, number one.
By the way, I don't either, but I think Andy Reid's, if you're going all time here, Andy Reid's a better coach.
Who would you take, McVay or Shanahan?
McVay. He's got one.
Yeah, I'd take McVay.
I'd have Sean McVay in my top three. Back to John.
If I got to hire, it's interesting. If I got to hire a head coach, who would I hire? That's my question. And I would not hire Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan.
How about a Krause, McMullen, Kerr coaching draft? Maybe we ought to do that.
My God. Who's my quarterback? Can I pick my all-star team?
I'm trying to say, of the current coaches, who would I hire? Who would I hire?
I'd still hire Andy.
I'd still hire Andy. Yes, I would. That's my answer. And then second, I'd probably go, even though I dislike him, I'd probably go Sean Payton. Second.
Yeah, Sean Payton's pretty good.
Dang, John, that's high.
He wins.
Well, I'm evaluating it. Like, I'm not worried about scheme. If you hire a scheme, you're doing it wrong.
Right, here's the list of names.
And then I would go Mike McDonald. Let me say this. I would hire Kyle Shanahan, but I would force him to have a big time game management guy who he allowed to run the thing. Then I would hire him. Okay. He'd be my number one.
How is Kevin Stefanski 24th?
A two-time coach of the year. Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
what are we doing?
Yeah, but isn't that award kind of bullshit? I mean, Brian Dable won that award too. You know what I mean? Like,
Andy Reid won it twice.
If you win 8 games with a shit
team,
it's
a different style. That's the point. If you overachieve, but to me, that's the identity of good coaching. Like you have 6-win talent, you win 8 games.
It used to be, and John remembers this. Like, if you won like 12, 13 games, you had a really good shot at winning coach of the year. It didn't matter if your team was good or not.
Well, they don't like to give it to teams that are expected to be good. It's always the team.
Andy did win it though.
Yeah, but
they also lost his top 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
the year he
and
did.
Belichick the same way. They never considered Belichick because they won, all the time. Harbaugh's a guy I would hire. Because I want.
That's a good hire by the Giants.
I want CEO could. I've said it for 20 years. I want somebody to run my team, not run my offense.
Nick Sirianni's the CEO coach. Works pretty well for him.
Yeah.
Pick your poison. You either want to suck at game management and get praised, or you want to be a good overall head coach.
Well,
and people
when the Ravens,
I want to win.
I'm with you. I'm just saying.
But the Ravens got rid of Harbaugh. I said, when the Ravens got rid of Harbaugh, you better find someone better because it's hard to do.
But because people think I like Nick, and I do like Nick, and I'm making excuses for him. All those nonsense people. Again, I've been preaching CEO coaches before I even knew the name Nick Sirianni. Literally, I didn't know who
John,
the fuck he was.
It goes back to what you said before I came on. Do you want to win? Because he wins. Is that the goal? The goal is to win.
It should be.
Yeah.
The guy's got a 700 winning percentage.
I've worked with CEO coaches. I'm going to tell, I say this, I worked with them because I do coach basketball.
All right, here's a question.
I'm just saying, those guys, those CEO coaches know everything.
All right,
every single thing that's going on.
Here's a question for you both. And let's just use the Rams. Or we could take any of the top. Take the Niners, the Rams, the Chiefs, any of the coaches that are top there. If you switched that coach and Nick Sirianni, do you believe that Nick Sirianni would have the same level of success as they've had where they are, or they would have the same level of success that Nick has had in Philly?
Well, where are we switching Nick to, though?
Let's do the Rams for now.
Okay.
That's a tough one, though, because they're both super succsuccessful. So
I think the Rams would still win with Nick, and I think the Eagles would still win with McVay.
All right. So what about who would be a good comp here?
But here's the thing, though, Zander. Would Jalen Hurts be McVay's quarterback?
No, I think McVay.
Yeah, I think Nick would have a much easier time coaching the Rams than McVay would have coaching the Eagles.
I agree because of the style of the Eagles play.
Yeah.
I also think Les Snead.
I'm under the impression
I think Les Snead lets McVay do what he wants. I don't think Howie's going to let McVay do what he wants.
Guys, I'm under the impression that the day Sean McVay arrived in Philly, his first task would be, and I don't say this as a criticism of
get Tanner McKee up to speed.
What would be to trade Jalen Hurts? I mean, he traded Jared Goff. You know, like he doesn't care. He wants the quarterback that's going to run what he wants.
He would go for a different style of quarterback. No question about it.
Yeah.
No question about it.
And we all seen what happens when guys with a little bit of power clash with Howie. Chip. Not well.
That's fair.
Well, Nick and Howie are thick as thieves. They get along. So.
Well, yeah, and that's part of it. That's why this works. I don't know if Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan could do that with Howie. I think they tell Howie to pound rocks, pound sand, whatever.
Hey, Josh McDaniels would have been here if give Jeffrey Lurie the credit for that one.
Can you imagine if the Eagles would have hired him? Oh, my God. He was the terrible head coach. He always was.
So look at
great offensive mind. Great offensive mind.
McVay would struggle in Philly, who just hired a Temu version of him.
Doesn't Nick Sirianni have a higher win percentage than Sean McVay?
Yeah, but plus he beats him. What's his record against Sean McVay? This is
undefeated. Undefeated.
I don't even blame these people because they've been indoctrinated. They don't even know what they're saying.
Would you take Nick Sirianni over McVay? Either of you?
Here, yes.
Again, depend.
All things equal, and you had your pick of your head coach, McVay.
Well, here's what I'm doing. I told you the guys I would hire. Number one, and you didn't hear McVay because you. Not that I wouldn't hire, but I would force strict. First I need a defensive coordinator that completely runs that side of the ball. So you got to get a Wade Phillips or
which Nick has anyway, though.
Yeah, he does. Or you got to get a Vic Fangio type, and there aren't a lot of those guys. Maybe you bring Jim Schwartz, he can do it. Doug had it. You got to get that style of defensive coach. You got to tell him hands off. And you gotta get a game management specialist that's really good, and you got to say hands off. Does that sound like a guy you want to hire? Like hands off? Like that's not what I want. I want somebody who's good at running a football team. But if you can't get that, then you start talking about, well, Kyle's really good with offense. Sean's really good with offense.
I'm just thinking Sean McVay with Dom DeSandro now. I can't picture it.
What that Dom gets along with everybody.
I know he does, but it's just it'd be a weird picture.
Dom's a freaking legend, dude. I know.
Dom. I'm just saying. When I picture Dom, I picture him with Andy and him with Doug and him with Nick.
Sean had the get back coach that would coach here, the strength guy who coached here. Oh, I can't think of his name. He left. Ted Rath.
Ted Rath. That's the name.
He was the get back coach when McVay first. Everybody was enamored because McVay would be so involved with the offense. He'd have to pull him back.
My favorite Sean McVay thing of all time is when he named everybody on the defense. Everybody was.
Oh my God! It's like
I'm like, do you guys ever play sports ever?
I'm like, boy, I could be an NFL coach.
That's what I said, man. I know the
13th
guy on the bench of Upper Perk. I should. Come on.
Yeah. It's amazing what people they've been indoctrinated. I don't even blame the people. They've been indoctrinated.
I do think sports writers have gotten
what with Sean is very honest. And by the way, he's a very good coach. He's very honest. And he runs 7 to 10 passing concepts through different personnel, different formations, calls it the illusion of complexity. His words, not mine. And they all think he's running, Bill Walsh stuff. It's like college bullshit, simplified crap. Because you have to. It's not his fault.
Yeah. That's the game now.
Yeah. But they've been indoctrinated.
But there's a reason Vic Fangio usually has his number. And it's not just Philly. He's done this, by the way. It's multiple stops, Vic Fangio.
Oh, yeah, he did it in Chicago. Belichick copied what he did in Chicago because 3-4 weeks prior to the Super Bowl, he completely shut him down. That was the best Rams offense statistically of his, era. They were blowing out everybody. And Vic completely